to do it, I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now, I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready to race to the top. I'm ready to do this, show you what the truth is. I step on the field, it's time to get real, I'm feeling so ruthless. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Yeah, so what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made of. Get in the game, your moment of fame, show them what you made of. It's time that we stand up, it's time that we man up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up. My time, nothing can keep me from reaching the top. This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to throw down, it's time for the showdown. I'm ready to rise, don't be surprised, I'll take on the world now. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown, we know what it takes to be reaching the top. We're reaching the top, we're reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown, we know what it takes to be reaching the top. We're reaching the top, we're reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up, I'm never going back down. Hand over my heart, I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop.
We say good evening, welcome to the first round. Well, not technically the first round, but it's the first race back here for the Bonehead Racing Rookie Series. I'm joined alongside here tonight with Jordan Kuntz. Now, Jordan, we saw you a lot in, well, the dirt tour, and now you're up here in the booth with us for broadcasting. When you come out here to Daytona, what would you say is like your number one thing for a track like this?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it's to do this broadcasting my first time. To come out to a Daytona exhibition race, you're just here to learn the track, drivers, and everybody you're going to be racing this season. For Daytona, I always went with an interesting strategy of just staying out of the wrecks and being there at the end, having a car clean to compete at the end of the race. maybe that's what some people will try to do tonight. But exhibition races, a lot more people are going to be more aggressive, trying to be pushing it a lot harder, and will try to be up at the front a majority of the race. Be interesting to see how these drivers tackle this challenge, and just see how these drivers will prepare for next week.
And on top of that, we got Nathan Ward back in the booth. Welcome back, Nathan. It's great.
Yep, I'm sick just a little bit, but I'm here tonight.
Well, it's great to see you out here tonight. You were with us for a majority of the dirt tour, and now we're on the asphalt side of stuff.
Yeah, honestly, it's not really refreshing considering that it's more of me being used to asphalt more than dirt, if anything.
Yeah.
Dirt, I haven't really been around that for a while, years per se, but it's kind of nice to be able to see and be in the league, the series, doing ovals on asphalt and whatnot. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how tonight turns out for Daytona.
Yeah, and with Jordan Kuntz in the booth with us tonight, he's not used to this broadcasting stuff, and I think
he'll get used to it.
But on top of that, I want to talk about this real quick. We have some returning drivers from the previous season, and one of those drivers is Scott Mertz. We haven't seen.
Oh boy, here we go.
We haven't seen Scott Mertz in about 5 years in this league, but the last time we saw him, he ran all the way up to the Kansas Roval. But he's also a one-time champion of the Bonehead Racing Rookie Series. Granted, he is only coming back for a part-time schedule, but there's some other returning drivers as well. You have Ben McMicken, which he's currently not on track. But then you also have Nick Salesburg in the 28. Now, I know you haven't raced with Scott Mertz, Nathan, but when it comes to
maybe soon.
When it comes to racing with Scott Mertz or something, he's aggressive at some tracks, not all tracks, but some tracks he is. Daytona's not really his most aggressive track, and I think you might agree with me here on this, Nathan, is tonight it's about surviving at Daytona.
Oh, especially at Daytona. I mean, anything can really happen, whether it be stage 1, 2, and 3, or no stages at all, or shoot, even on the first lap is survival. I don't care what position, what lap you're on. Daytona is all about survival, no matter where you are on the racetrack. No matter the format, too, so.
That it is. And, we also have a few things coming back from the previous rookie season, and which is one of the cooler features. We have driver cams again. So, now you get a little insight of what some of these drivers are doing.
It's gonna be fun to watch, that's for sure. I can tell you that much, Russell.
But another thing is, we allow people to get as creative as they want with their driver cams. So
that's probably a very, very good thing. It allows the driver being able to see and feel comfortable with their truck or whatever they're running, depending on some sort of situation, so that way they're not limited to a small little area of things when it comes to driver cameras. So we'll see how that plays out. So.
When we race here at the World Center of Racing or Daytona, it's kind of like Talladega in a way. Anything could happen, but it's not a question if the big one happens, it's when and where. And luckily, for the most part, all of these guys out here tonight have been driving really, really clean. So I would say that's pretty dang excited for most part. Or exciting, sorry.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to be excited. I mean, who's not excited for the Daytona 500? Tell me.
And that's this weekend, too.
I mean, whether that be the truck, the Xfinity, or the Cup Series, who isn't excited for Daytona?
Well, You know, Daytona's put on some great shows, not only on iRacing, but also in real life.
I mean, of course, it's the main event. It's like NASCAR's crown jewel, of course. So
Exactly.
everybody's gonna be watching the event, no matter who you are. So
Yeah, you know, I think
no matter the car, too.
we also have some new. A lot of these guys are also new faces. And, you know, Kalik Spooner, for example, he doesn't do any dirt racing, but however, he is running this asphalt series. So I'm kind of wondering to see how he will do here at Daytona. And that's not me trying to be biased towards my own teammate or whatever. It's just, I want to see how well he can perform here at Daytona.
I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, do multiple different things, whether that be WEC or dirt racing, you kind of want to see what your teammates can do on what conditions, whether it be asphalt, whether it be dirt, or whether it be insane weather conditions. I mean, let's be honest. It's I don't know how to put this, but I will say that it's can be very interesting. See what your teammates can do on and off the track, whether it be dirt, asphalt, and you know what. So
Yeah, exactly. And you know, with qualifying about to start, we are actually doing pretty well. We got one car getting ready to go out on the track. As it is the 56 of Wayne Dole. Now I'm kind of wondering how he's going to do out here tonight. Single car qualifying. You get 2 laps. But this will define where you start in the heat races. As of right now, I do not think we have over 40 people. But if we do have over 40 people, only 40 people will make the main race. So whoever does not finish 40th or above is out of the race for the night.
dang, that's
It's harsh. We have well over
Yeah,
40
that
people
is-
registered
that is.
for the season. So, all you do is cross your fingers and hope you make the main event. But you know, the 56 has taken his first lap time, just like many other people. We have the 94 of Kalik Spooner. He's also taking his first lap, but you also got Scott Mertz on his first lap. There are so many people on their first lap, I cannot go over them all right now.
well. I'm glad you have multiple cars qualifying, but I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, draft could take into effect, but let's be honest,
It's single
it's just
car
one car
qualifying.
every now and again. But you know, hey,
But on everybody else's screen, it's one car qualifying. We're not doing pack qualifying.
let's see. So it just looks a little different on our end, huh?
Yeah. And that's going to put the 56 at the top of the board for the time being until... Okay, Kalik's going to be in a solid second. Scott Mertz takes over the second place. Now you got the 27 of Peterson going to the top. And we've got another returning face, Daniel Pretorius. Some people might remember him from the last season, but you know, if there's one thing you can't do is count out this Australian. He has shown that he can prove himself to be quick and fast.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he is fast everywhere else, so I mean, it's kind of expected out of him, to be honest.
Well, yes. But you also got 2 one-time champions at this league in here, Ben McMicking and Scott Mertz. So,
Veterans of the sport, one may say.
exactly. But you got the 56 reclaiming that pole position. Now, Jordan, you said you raced with a few of these guys by chance. How quick would you say some of these guys are compared to your skill level?
Well, I think the only people I've raced around are the people we just mentioned, the 2 champions and Daniel Pretorius, Scott Mert, and He was quick. He, of course, beat me in a championship about 5 years ago, beat me to the championship, and so has the speed. And Danny, he, of course, won a race at Nashville Super Speedway. And Ben McMicking, another champion, I've had fantastic battles with him through the field, and be interesting to see what they can do at Daytona, drafting track. A lot of, I wouldn't say skill, but a lot of positioning is required. I guess that's a skill that some people can use, and be interesting to see some of their experience because people like Scott and Ben have been in this league for a long time and maybe know a thing or two that the other people don't.
That is a fair point. And I guess out of all the people from the previous season, Ben McMicking, Nick Salesburg, Scott Mertz, and Daniel Pretorius, if you had to pick your favorite to have a shot at maybe winning the 2026 title, who do you think you would have to go with?
I think it's a bit too early to call. I think a lot has changed. Last time I seen these people race, a lot of it has changed with iRacing and the overall physics and driving model of this truck. So I think I would have to wait a few races to see who's really a good pick. Maybe a new face will be a lot better than them. Just have to something we'll have to see in a few races down the line.
Yeah. But the first heat race is about to get started tonight. So we got some new graphics thanks to Alec Schwint. I do apologize if I mispronounced your name again, Alex. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to it.
It's alright, guys. We're going to have the annual daily dose of Russell not being able to pronounce anybody's name. So don't worry. You'll get used to it.
But
If you haven't already, of course.
We also had the previous champion, Aaron Shacklet. He has not made an entry to the season yet, but we could very well see Aaron Shacklet make an appearance back in BHR. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our starting grid here tonight for heat race number 1. On the front row, we have the 041 of Scott Heidman and the 23 of Andrew Chapman. In row 2, we have Joshua Heibog. I think that's how you would say it. I do apologize, Joshua, if I mispronounced it.
Heibog.
Then we have the 52 of Dale Rapp. In row 3, we have Chris R. Phillips. And in the 75, we have the 75 of Scott Mertz. In row 4, we have Wayne Dole in the 56 and Mike E. Allen in the 29. Starting in row 5, we have Dean Hurt? I'm going to need confirmation on that one, guys. But then we also have the 41 of Alex Schwint. Then, in row 6, we have Andy Patton in the 87 and the Calix Spooner in 94. In row 7, we have a dirt tour guy, David Anderson, driving the number 61 here tonight, and Ben McMicking in the 96. In row 8, we have Evan Knoop in the 63 and John Meeks in the 24. And rounding out in row 9, we have Chris Roberge in the 98. Now, Jordan, what do you think is going to happen here tonight for heat race number 1?
Well, there's many scenarios that could play out. One is that they're just all trying to. It's a heat race. It's only for position in the main event, which can be huge, but some people might just want to make it to the main event in one piece. So you may see some people try to play it a bit conservatively, want to, be there at the end to win the main event, and there may be some people who are going to be try to be more aggressive, try to force it 3 wide, and make riskier moves because it is a heat race, and that they will have the main event to make it up. So I think it would be a lot of different scenarios. Some people will try to be more aggressive, aiming, shooting for the track position for the main event, and some people will just be conservative, trying to make sure they just keep their truck clean for the night.
Well, Nathan, for the last few races in the Dirt Tour, we've called it to the green. What do you think if we let Jordan call this one?
Oh, yeah, I think we should go ahead and let Jordan do this one.
Well, Jordan?
I think he'd be very welcome to. So let's see how this goes.
Well, Jordan, Mike's yours.
The pace car is pulling off here for the BHR Shootout, our first race back in a couple of years. The 041 of Scott Heidman will take the green. Andrew Chapman on his outside as they go double file down heading into turn 1.
They're side by side, many roads deep, but right now the 23 has the advantage on the outside lane. You got Scott Mertz 3 rows behind him, but you also have the 52 of... Sorry, I had a brain fart, forgot his first name. A total of 17 trucks in heat race number 1. John Meeks will start from pit road. We're going to go on board here with the 23 for a little bit. And just see what we got going on back there.
As the pack is kind of spreading out, a lot of the back half of the field is really single file. The mid part is double file. Very interesting to see.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking it'd be more side by side, but I don't think we have over 40 people. So everybody in the race should theoretically make it.
Yeah, only 17 people started this heat race. Everyone in here will make it, so maybe we'll see people be more aggressive because of that, but right now it looks like people are being a bit more conservative. Only 15 left is short, so maybe the heat will ramp up soon.
But you know, there's one driver I want to keep an eye on, and that's the 75, Scott Mertz. He is in 3rd on his first race back. You know, to me that's making a little bit more of a statement than some of these other drivers that are returning right now, in my opinion at least. Starting to break away from that pack.
Yeah, in the pack, they're now 3 wide. Joshua Hagbog is in the middle of 3 wide. They're splitting him. The bottom is really thinned out, and the top seems to be a bit more organized, that they're all working their way back to 2 wide. The 29 of Mike Allen is on below the yellow line. He's back up and all good to go.
Yeah, it looks like he lost a lot of ground there compared to everybody else. But we also got sitting 6th?
He is 6th. The biggest move of the race, started from 12th all the way in 6th in 4 laps, averaging more than a position a lap so far.
Yeah, you know, that's actually looking good in the road. I was going to go take a quick little onboard. Let's see this Gosh darn it. OBS. Well, apparently, OBS was difficult, so I do apologize for that, guys. I am going to try to...
The 87, Andy Patton, is in the wall. He keeps it clean. They did go 3 wide momentarily, but he's all clean, back going, but at the back of the field, and has a lot of work to do to gain all his track position he just lost.
Apparently I'm really quiet on the stream. I do apologize for that, guys. I'll mess with my mic a little bit there. We got 11 minutes to go, coming to 10 this time by, so we might start seeing some action ramp up. As so far, the 23 of Chapman has practically dominated most of the race. And, you know, as Jordan said, this is where it's starting. But we see the outside lane starting to form up. So, Jordan, what do you think they're going to start taking it 3 wide? Or around the 3 wide line?
I mean, right now it looks a bit sketchy. There's a few people that's struggling to hold a steady line for 3 wide. They're holding steady the line for 2 wide. And some of these people, if they get 3 wide, there could be trouble. I don't think they're planning on taking it 3 wide or 3 wide throughout the field for another maybe 5, 6 laps.
Oh!
But the time is coming.
Calyx got up into that number 6 machine on the outside lane a little bit. That's another thing you gotta watch out for here at Daytona is when you start sliding up like that. They make a little bit of contact down the front stretch. We see that 63 is hard on that number 6. We'll go on board with that 63 real quick.
Oh, and there's a wreck in the back. 2 cars spin. 1 car's on his side, about to blow over at the 61 of David Anderson. So a single car spin does not look to be a caution.
As he will tow back to pit lane. We're going to go on board once again. Sorry, roof cam. You see that 63 wants to stick with number 6 as they leave number 94 out to dry, coming down the front straight.
Alrighty. Sorry about that, boys.
Now, Jordan, we raced with Calyx Spooner in Daytona 24. So far, he seems to be doing really well here on the oval section as he now looks to the outside lane, but there is no help to come on that outside lane right now.
Yeah, there's no help, but he's making it work. He's at least got 1 position secured and jumps down in line in 4th place. Behind Scott Mertz, maybe them 2 can team up and make something happen, but the outside line is really pushing hard with the 6 and the 48.
As the 6 just shot low. But you see Ben McMicking further back there as the 56, 29, and 24 are all still going, but they are off the pace. You got 48 to the outside. Both lanes are pushing on the inside and outside. Here comes the 41, making it 3 wide in the middle. That's not going to work.
Crash into turn number 3 and 4.
Caution comes out. We will go back in the replay and look at what happened. As the
Good
41
Lord.
will tow. 41 made it 3 wide middle.
Oh, it looks like he just squeezes him, and then the 63 squeezes him even more and turns himself.
The 63 catches a little bit of air further back, and that broke the right front of that 41 machine, but it also collected in Ben McMicking, the 6, that truck has no number, and the 87. We're going to go on board with the 63 here. The C1 Jordan, if I didn't know better, that looked like most likely just a racing incident.
It's really a tough call. The Alex was really trying to shoot the gap. The 41 through the middle, the 63 on his outside. The thing that I'm struggling with is I don't know what the 63 could have seen in his in-car. Could have iRacing have not called him 3 wide? That is possible because the 41 was just barely at his back bumper. So the 63 may have would have only known that there's 1 car below him, not 2. And could have been just a miscommunication, or the 41 was also being really aggressive. I don't think that move would have worked out for him in the end. It would have just got him back into the same position. He had no one helping him. So really tough luck for some of the people like Ben to get caught up in this, but we'll see what happens. They do have a fast repair, I'm certain, in these heat races, so they can get their truck repaired and back out and The one thing that this does shake up is that John Meeks and the people who fell behind the pack will now be with the pack for these final 3-4 laps of this race.
Yeah, that's we've seen John Meeks run here before multiple times, and he's a pretty decent driver.
Yeah, he's really good. I've raced with him a lot in this league and a lot outside of this league. He's shown himself to be really fast, and he's really good at these super speedways. He knows how to get it done, how to put himself in the right position, and of course he's in 9th place now. It looks like he'll be on the inside for this restart, so we'll see how it goes, see what he can do, and a win may be possible.
But this also shakes it up. All those guys that lost the draft are now back caught up. So I would like to see what John can do, for sure. But I also want to see what these guys up front can do from 1st to 5th. That's including Chapman, Rapp, Mertz, Scooter, and Highbod. I do apologize if I'm butchering your name, 48. I really do apologize.
He's even butchering his English, y'all. Ain't that so?
That is completely normal for me.
I mean, he did it to me whenever I first was in this league.
Yeah, I think I called you like Moons or Newts.
I think it would. I forget exactly, but it was somewhere along the lines of that. Well, you got it right eventually. I think that's all that matters.
You mean forever or what?
It took a little while. But they're coming back to 1 degree this time. And we're going to be starting 3 laps to go for heat race number 2. And so far, this race has been extraordinarily clean. So
yeah, of course, it's been clean. There's been a lot of contact, a lot of door banging throughout the field. Some people struggling with holding a line. And of course, there was that one wreck with the 61 that iRacing did throw a caution. Overall, not the worst race possible, but there's still room for improvement. Maybe Heat 2 can do better on that, go green like Duel 2 did last night in real life, and it'd be really nice.
It'd be kind of funny if they did end up playing out like that, to be honest, Jordan. If they do end up going green for Duel 2.
I got one question for both of you. If you had to choose a lane to be on right now, what money would you put your lane on to get you out front for this race? The inside, the outside, or possibly the middle?
Well, here's the thing. If I'm leading this race, I would like the inside. I would want the inside if I'm the leader. There's maybe not a lot of flexibility with positioning, but I think the inside is the way to go. Now, if you're like in 4th place where Calyx is, you want to be on the outside. You have that room to go and make a 3rd lane if you want, or you can stay there, push the person in front of you to the lead, and hope he drops down, and then you have the control of a lane. The most important part here is, I think, having control of the lane and being in front of the person you want to be in front of.
I think Jordan does have a statement on that, honestly. I'd probably also choose the inside line, unless, what Jordan had said. If I was Calyx, I'd choose top, so hopefully the guy in front of him that I'm pushing will be dropping down and I can lead the lane, so that's we're about to go to green.
Pace car's off. There's not a restart zone just yet. Green flag comes out for 3 laps to go for heat race number 1. That was a great jump by that 23. Good Lord. But he's leaving Scott out to dry. I don't know if he wants to do that.
Oh, they're making it 3 wide back there. They're trying their best right now.
Back in the pack, you see John Meeks. He's got 3 wide at Daytona. He has no help behind him. But it looks like they're going to double file back out this time. The 23 has a lot of help from that 52 right behind him.
Oh, Ben tried to get in line on the inside, caused a stack up and left someone out below the yellow line, and he's falling to the rear now.
Coming to 2 to go this time by. There are 3 green-white checkers, but I would not count out that 60 or that 94 Caleb Scooter just yet. right now, that 52
I mean-
is shoving hard on that 23.
I think the 52 is looking for him to get a little loose and then get it slide up a little bit so he can allow him to be able to get into the position he wants.
Here we go.
Old 94.
94 goes 3 wide middle. Oh, you're not clear, Calyx.
Ben with a run going to the outside, trying to get the outside working and try to catch up to the top two who have broken away from the pack.
White flag this time by, out of turn 4. The 23 has the advantage. They're looking high to go with that outside lane, but that leaves the inside all exposed for that 94 and 75. White flag in the air.
John Meeks in the back taking it 3 wide, trying to get the third lane working, but he falls back in line and makes it 2 wide.
Desert 3 wide for the back in the pack. Let's focus up here on front. The 52 looks to the outside of the rocket. Almost. Here comes the 96 of Ben McMicken. Calyx throws off the pace. We're not focused up now. We're going to be focused up front here. We're racing back to the flag. The 23 and 52 is side
They're
by
too
side.
wide.
Side by
Oh,
side
they're
to the finish. They're trying to wreck behind. They are wrecking. The
Oh,
two on the
they're
inside move
wrecking.
below it. Ben pushing the 23 of Andrew Chapman to the
41
win,
is
and
offside.
Ben will take second.
Holy crap, Joe saw that too, right? Holy.
What happened here?
Oh, it's all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes. No, all gas, no brakes. Oh my goodness.
I'm wondering what happened to this 94.
Oh, hey. Got tagged.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude.
What a hell of a first race.
Heat 2, y'all better drive a little cleaner than this. Holy crap, dude.
You know, this was actually very, very clean. That's Heat 1 done and over with.
I mean, we only had one official caution.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, to me, that's pretty dang good. But, you know,
Pretty good, huh?
while we got people spawning in here, this has been so far a very entertaining race that has been really enjoyable to watch. We had a total of 1 blowover. You know, I gotta ask both of you, if you had to guess how many blowovers there's gonna be tonight, how many do you think there will be?
At least 1 or 2, to be honest.
What about you, Jordan?
I'm thinking 2 to 3. High racing seems to have changed it a bit more recently. It's making it a lot easier. The 61 was a really good example of it almost happening. So, and there was a lot of potential ones where if you just got someone who was in the right position to hit someone who's about to blow over, and it would just send them fully over.
It's time to go over our starting grid. Come on, bro. Yes. Reset that. On row 1, we have Lloyd, and number 3 of Dave Victorious. In row 2, we have Anthony Blade in the 82, and Philip Peterson in the 27. Row 3, we have Zachary Johnson in the number 77, and 33, Thomas Davis. Row 4, Daniel Baker. In row 5, we have Brittany Mitchell in the 14 and Jeffrey Engel in the 89. In row 6, we have we have Ty Smith and the 28 of Nick Salesbury. I know it shows Jordan and Rust, but honestly, they're not running.
Still
They're in the
race.
booth,
Want me
by the
to?
way. They're in the booth right now, you.
I'm ready to race. I can get out on track right now.
Alright, Jordan, go out there and run some laps for me, bro. Let's go. Let's get her done.
No, I think you're good, Jordan.
Heat 2 is transferring into the nighttime. Heat 1, the lights came on about 3 laps into the race. Heat 2, it seems like the track's really getting darker.
So
Getting darker or brighter, Jordan?
now
Pick and
Darker.
choose.
Now I'm just wondering, when was the first round?
Well, I mean, it's Daytona. Anything can happen.
Alright, well, race car's in. Green flag comes out for heat race number 2. Oh wait, not double file. Just kind of chilling ride.
Already that inside lane is looking pretty good, it seems like, from here.
Outside lane is falling apart as everybody is running single file.
15 seems to be really interested in trying to get the outside to work, as there's a 4-car breakaway in the front. He's at the rear of that 4-car breakaway, but he's been looking to the outside. Maybe if Danny gets some help from the 27 car and push him up there, the 15 will choose to go to that outside and will fight for the lead.
Yeah, you know, I think that's definitely one of the cases here with this, it's a matter of just wait and see what happens, and you know, it might pay off, it might not. But once again, anything could happen at Daytona.
It seems like a very similar situation to is playing out exactly what happened in Heat 1. The first few laps, everyone single filing out, taking it easy, riding, and then maybe towards the lap 8, halfway point in the race, they start to pick it back up, start trying to go 2-1, and start trying to get in track position to set themselves up for the end of the race.
Looks like Danny and the 27 are just scraping on the outside lane. It wouldn't be surprised if they start making that inside lane soon.
Well, let's go back to choo-choo racing, boys and girls.
I think Danny's going to try to stay on the outside as long as possible here. If he can maintain the leader and start getting some track positions, there's so many cars on the bottom that it might just start checking themselves up just due to so many of them trying to push and not run into the back of each other.
Oh, there they go!
Oh, they get into it. Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh, there they go!
Oh my good lord.
Oh.
On his side and everything, man. Holy crap.
Is that the 90?
As the 90 car comes to rest on his passenger side door.
You can see it kind of started right there. The 13 was not clear when he came back up, but as soon as he hit that wall, the air took care of the rest. All 4 tires were off the ground for a split second. They almost had it saved, and then the 90 and the 20, the 90 just wasn't clearing, basically cleared himself on that matter.
Looks like the 90 didn't know they were 3 wide. Same with the 3. The 3 didn't leave enough room for 3 wide, and the 90 car was coming up as if there was enough room for 3 wide. Just kind of an after effect of the initial contact with 13 and 3.
You know, one thing I want to do is go on board with 27.
Good lord, I did not think we would have tandem flipping right now, but oh my goodness, that was not on my bingo card. That was pretty insane.
Well,
I mean, I said at least 2 cars. 1 or 2 cars. That's what I said. It happened right there. Granted, we're still not done with the race. We still have like 13 more laps to go, but you know, anything goes. So.
Yeah, this is one of the more interesting ones for sure. uh, yeah, that was just two cars three cars almost flipping. That 13, the 90, and the 20. Well, the 13 and 90 almost went completely over. The 90 was on its side for a little bit, but that's one thing about this league. You have one faster pair. So, but we also have pit lane. So I'm wondering who's going to be the first one off pit lane, because Danny looks like Daniel's going to be staying out, not taking that fast repair. But how many of them are going to take tires and or fuel?
Yeah, but tires and fuel doesn't really matter at super speedway. They can easily make the 15 laps on fuel, and tires, even if you spin out and overheat them, it's
Yeah.
very minimal difference. Maybe once we see like a 45 lap run, tires could make a difference, could make changing between lanes easier, maybe make the car more stable exiting a corner. But it's
Yeah,
all
for sure.
very minor here.
You know, when the main race starts, I'm going to have to ask the question. Who would you have to go for to win this race? But for now, we don't have an answer for that because we don't know where everybody is.
Well, I think from Heat 1, I think one of my favorites would definitely be John Meeks. Went from 16th to 4th, of course got a bit lucky with the caution, bringing him back in the pack, but kind of went with my strategy of staying in the back, staying out of the wrecks, and was there at the end to capitalize on everyone else's mistakes.
Yeah, that is true. And hanging out in the back, that is a great strategy, especially for Daytona, Talladega, or maybe even Atlanta these days.
Yeah, of course, it's a strategy I've used in a lot of leagues I've done in the past. I don't think it's the best for winning a race, but it's a really good strategy for being there at the end and just taking home a good top 10 or top 5 finish at one of these unpredictable races.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do, and with everything that's been going on, I had one driver, the 41 of Alex, questioning if he made it into the main event. Considering I don't think we have 40 people, I think he did end up making the main race.
Everyone will make the main event. There was only looks to be 14 cars in this heat, and there was only 17 in Heat 1, so 31 cars total.
Oh, that's a pretty good start right there. But going into next week for the first points race, they're doing 80 laps here. I'm just wondering, will we have a bigger turnout next week? Because tonight the trucks are racing at Daytona in real life, so we'll be restarting with 8 laps to go.
Speaking of trucks in real life right now, Carson Hocevar, his tire did go down, and no, he didn't wreck anybody, but he survived. He got it, but yeah, that's what happened. The Carson came out, so.
Well, unlucky for these drivers on iRacing, they don't have to worry about the tires randomly going flat, especially while leading. So they're all good.
iRacing, add tire rubs.
Add tire blowouts. Holy
Add
crap.
debris to the track, not just marbles.
Is that? Gosh
It's
dang
gonna be
it.
that one random Walmart sign in the middle of the track, and they're gonna throw a caution for.
Scott Mertz, get your door panel off the dang racetrack. Come on.
Typical Scott. We all know him. We all love him. But I'm sorry, Scott. Get that damn door off. I'm sorry.
Pace cars off. Green flag comes out.
And we green. Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs!
That's going to put Danny further back from that one incident, but that's going to even out the field a little bit, coming back to 7 laps to go. This time, now the inside and outside lane have about the same amount of trucks in them as the 90 makes its return to the racing surface. Now,
interesting choice of words. I was trying to have like an analysis of what you just said. For a second there, I was tripping out. I ain't gonna lie. Oh my good lord. Being sick these past few days have not helped with anything at all, so.
yeah.
But hey, at least you see the 08 still leading at the time's notice
Let's go
anyway.
over here to Nick Salesburg real quick. We're going to go on his right rear suspension, which we have a spoiler camera just like we have in the Dirt Tour. There's a little bit of clipping, but that doesn't hurt nobody. But you kind of see...
Maybe some people.
Oh yeah, But you kind of see how close they are to that outside wall right now. When they start getting 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide, that would be pushing it for Daytona. But you kind of see how close they get to that wall sometimes.
Well, I mean, some people love the wall, some people don't. So, I mean, some others will be super close to it, and others won't be close to it at all.
Yeah, we just had a change for the lead. The 82 of Lane has taken over the race lead. That gives him full control of both lanes if he wants to choose to block up top or stay on the bottom. But it looks like the high line might have a bit of a better run on that outside line. What do you think, Jordan?
Outside line does seem to be a bit more organized, but the push on the outside line seems to be a bit unsteady and is now forcing it 3 wide in the middle, leaving the 15 out to dry on the outside.
One thing I hate about plate racing is when that happens to you. Like, it just sucks. It's the worst feeling in the entire race, is when you get left out to dry.
And that's also showed the importance of having a teammate and someone you can trust behind you. Just knowing that you can go move around up the track and maybe leave space for 3 wide or space for the car below without running the risk of the person behind you leaving you, ditching you.
Yeah, especially that. But on top of that, when you start getting to that white flag area or 2 to go mark, that's when it starts to really spice things up.
Well, we're at 5 to go now.
That outside line is like really pushing it right now at the moment. As you can see.
Really
I mean, they're keeping it together. Holy.
They're really well formed out there.
Just 4 trucks, the 4 horsemen. They're keeping it steady right now. I mean, look at them go.
Well, I guess you call the Toyota Bandits because it's Toyota for the next 3 rows. As the 90 is off the pace, lets the field go by with ease. Now I'm just kind of wondering, when apparently my English vocabulary is completely shot tonight.
It's not just shot. I think you need to go read a dictionary because apparently you can't speak English. And god dang, I can't speak it. Look, give me a break. I'm sick. He's not. He's perfectly fine, perfectly normal. He should be able to do this on his own. I'm over here trying my best because I'm sick right now.
You know what? I quit. Jordan, you're taking over.
Jordan, it's your turn. Come on, bro. Save some air for
the
us,
82
bro.
is really pushing the 25. Seems like they're trying to work together to... The 82 seems to be trying to get out in front of the 28 to be clear on the outside so he can move up and maybe potentially take the lead over the 25, just like he does right there. 25 to the outside of the 82 of the... Well, I mean 82 to the outside of the 25, getting pushed by the 28.
Jordan, do I need to get you a pair of binoculars, Jordan?
I guess he does because he also messed that one up too. Hey, look, man, I don't blame the man. I probably would mess up as well. So
it happens. That's all we can
Well,
say.
new season, a lot of new people coming to the league, a lot of trucks, paint schemes to get used to.
Yeah.
we got awfully a lot of blue and purple cars out here. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. There's quite a few. Quite a lot, per se. So.
Yeah, I think with everything that's going on right now, it'll be fairly interesting as we get to 2 go mark right now. I would not be surprised if we start seeing maybe 3 wide action, perhaps.
I don't
know. They're a little bit
possible.
unstable at the moment right now, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been pretty formed up, but like, it's not like super organized to the point where they would want to go 3 wide.
Yeah,
But the bottom 3 are about to be clear of the outside. The 08 is clear. Maybe he'll wait for the 82 to catch back up, and then he'll make his move to the outside as we're coming to the white flag. Be a great. The 08's in a really good position. So is the 77 to just ditch the 25 and go get the win.
Yeah, I think coming to white flag this time by, the challenge is officially on. Everybody still has a shot. There goes the 77 to the outside lane of the 08.
Yeah, but that isn't going to work unless the 82 can catch back up. The 82 is at the mercy of how hard the 28 can push him back up there. And now they're caught up. It may work out, but the 25 can just block any which lane he wants to. But they're both coming at him.
He's not
They're
blocking.
racing for it. They're racing for it. Here they come into turn number 3.
The 77's got the edge.
Who's gonna get it?
The 25 is going to be clear at the exit of the corner. He'll be able to block the run on the outside. He probably will need to go to the outside to protect
here
this.
we go. Oh, that's not going to be enough.
The 25 will be getting that for heat number 2, looks like.
Yeah, the outside line just seems to get deorganized coming out of the exit of turn 4 there. The 28 split the 82 3 wide. And it really caused the 77 to fall back.
And I was hoping we would like get a photo finish or something, but I mean, hey, that was still pretty good. But we're seeing a little more out of that. But hey, anything goes here at Daytona.
Obviously. So. But now it's time for the main event. I am gonna maybe try fixing. Nah, I'm not gonna fix that right now. I'll just fix it after the race. Unfortunately, there'll be no driver cams this weekend, maybe. Unless I somehow fix it real quick. But I'm going to have to do that during the actual racing. So,
what?
Now...
Jordan, you seen this?
Seeing what exactly?
Our truck race. Anyways, you were saying, Russell?
So we have a total of 32 people taking tonight's race. Now,
and Russell, maybe can you up the mic anymore?
I can try. Alright, that is way too loud. Okay, I think right there is about good. Jordan, here's our starting grid here for tonight. On row 1, we have Andrew Chapman at 23 and Ty Smith at the 25. In row 2, we have Ben McMickey in the 96 and Chris Willis in the 08. Row 3, we have Dale Rapp in the 52 and Brittany Mitchell in the 14. In row 4, we have John Meeks in that number 24 and Zachary Johnson in the 77. Row 5, we have Dean L. I'm going to butcher that so much in number 5. And Thomas Davis in that 33. In row 6, we have Andy Patterson in the 87. Really?
Oh, what happened there?
Jordan?
Under the pacing laps.
We're going to go ahead and get back to it. Where were we? Andy Patterson at 87 and Nick Salesberg in the 28. Row 7, we have Scott Mertz in the 75 and Jason Miller in the 13. In row 8, we have Chris Roberg in the 98 and Anthony Lane in the 82. In row 9, we have Chris R. Phillip in the 6 and Lennon Mish in the 15. In row 10, we have Wayne Doyle in that 56 and Philip Peterson in that 27. In row 11, we have Caleb Spooner at 94 and Dan Atkins in the 91. Row 12, we have Joshua Heiberg, however you say it, in that 48, and Jeffrey Engel in the 89. In row 13, we have Mike E. Allen in that 29 and Daniel Pretorius in the 3. Well, looks like we're going green. Green flag comes out for heat race number 1. Or not heat race number 1, sorry. For the main race of the night.
Good Lord, Russell. Just stay the Daytona 500 at this point, man. Goodness. I guess we all need... Actually, I don't have to. I'm a wee bit sick. I might be a little sick high, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
I got a book somewhere around here, man, but you know, there is no book on plate racing.
Well, I guess go.
We're going to go back here to the 08 and the 14. They got caught up in something. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Jordan, what do you think happened there?
I'm still looking over. It looks like the 25 just came down the track under pacing and hooked the 23. It's very unfortunate because no one expects a wreck to happen under caution. The 25 towed and looks like he will not continue in this race. And also an update on John Meeks, he's dropped connection.
The 25 is back out on the racing surface. Perhaps his wheel disconnected?
Could be a possibility.
What it looks like is almost as if he's looking at another monitor or has something over his screen and just came down the track a little more than he was anticipating.
Well, you know, further back here in the pack, all the way to our Australian, Daniel Pretorius.
Felix has an issue and he's spun around. He spun off the front of Danny's nose. There's no caution for it, but he's got back going with no damage.
You know, that's not a bad thing. But at the same time, if I was Calyx, I would be decently upset about that.
And the 14 has just hit pit road due to the damage he has sustained from the pre-race wreck.
Got a lot of things happening tonight, seems like, here at the Daytona 500 for BHR. So.
Well, this ain't the 500, this is basically the duels, but, you know, going into the 200 next week, I think tonight we may have a better idea of what's going on. Because just like anything else, a lot of things can be improved on. But there will be a caution at some point during this race.
I mean, right now we're kind of just like chilling, laying back, seems like. As you can see, there's not really much happening other than a lane getting formed up, it seems like.
Yeah.
Right next to Scott. In the 75.
You know, there's only so much you can really do right now. But considering we had, I think, 2 blowovers so far?
Yes, it is 2 confirmed blowovers.
But, you know, I gotta ask you both the question. Jordan, if you had to pick someone to win here tonight, who would it be?
Scott.
I definitely probably would have said John Meeks before the start of the race, but he just messaged me saying his sim has crashed and he missed the start and he's 3 laps down right now. I have not been able to look, but I think Andrew Chapman, he won. So he seems to be like a fairly decent pick, but Ben McMicking also in 7th position right now, who's a really good super speedway racer and I think a really decent pick. I think I would probably pick either of them, but I think I would pick Ben over Andrew for the simple fact he's experienced in these situations.
What about you, Nathan?
I'd probably go ahead and say Scott because he's been around long enough to know that a lot of things happen and he could be in a very, very good position to win here. So, honestly, I would probably go ahead and choose him out of everybody.
You know, since you guys voted for Ben and Scott, I'm going to take an oddball here. I'm going to go with Daniel Pretorius. For a simple reason.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
For a simple reason, I have raced against him on plate tracks. He's pretty decent there, but you know, my pick will be this number 3 truck.
I mean, you said it'd be a little bit different, but we just all picked people who've been in the league before.
Okay, if I had to pick someone that's outside of the league, probably Chapman up here.
Yeah, I was going to say the 23 as well. He seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. You know, I think right now, most people are just kind of riding, in a way. One truck I do want to go look at is the 41. The 41 is all the way back here with Kalik Spooner and a few other people. You know, that's not a bad strategy, because the big one could happen up front.
But Calix was also involved in a wreck where he was spun down the back straight. So he was he was kind of forced to be in that position.
That is true.
It wasn't by his choice.
But you know, we're about 8 laps into this race. So far, nothing too aggressive is going on. That 23 did lose the lead, but now here comes the 48 to pick up the lead. It looks like, for the most part, the outside lane is just kind of swapping out as the 48 tries to go back to the outside lane. But, you know, alright, he'll make it work on that outside.
We're too wide, and both of those Chevy trucks that have the same paint scheme on right now are leading the entire field.
Yeah. Oh, careful, 23. You don't want to bumper hook that guy.
Bumper hooking. Not the best thing in the world, to be honest.
No,
Been there,
it is
done
not.
that. Been the opposite of that. Been there, done that. It's not fun at all.
But the 23 definitely wanted to make it 3 wide, but wasn't able to. It was smartly backed out of it.
You know, this one camera shot right here kind of shows you what's in the driver's rearview mirror. It's just nothing but a pack of trucks.
Pack of hot dogs, that's for sure.
As we see Ben McMickey on the outside lane, he is making his way up to the front. It looks like the 48 and 5 have gotten comfortable out there. But Ben McMickey has that 63 helping him on that outside lane. Now, Jordan, does it look like the outside lane has more trucks, or do you think it's just more well-formed compared to the inside?
I think it's more well-formed, to be honest.
It's always the case that the inside always has more cars, and the outside's usually a bit more formed up with less cars. They seem about equal for the people who are trying to be competitive. There's people in the back, 28, 89, 98, who seem to be running a strategy that I normally do of just hanging back from the pack, being able to see what's happening in front of them, and maybe being able to put on the brakes better than anybody else in front of them, and not risk being ran into from the back.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the better things with Daytona, or for these plate tracks. And, you know, I know Nathan doesn't have really any experience with this, but you've raced 23 making 3 wide mid.
Oh boy, that is something I don't want to ever be in, ever. I hate that.
Jordan, would you class the new Atlanta a plate track similar to Daytona and Talladega?
Not it maybe with some cars it can race similar. I think the truck is one of those where it does race very similar, but it's usually the case that the inside is can be a bit more dominant. It's because tires are a bit more of a factor at Atlanta compared to Daytona or Talladega. Whenever the tires start to go off at maybe Daytona or Talladega, you will never really feel that. But in Atlanta, you'll go into the corner and it'll start sliding, entering the corner, maybe make it loose in and a bit loose middle.
I mean, to be fair, Jordan, Atlanta is fairly smaller than what we got at Daytona or Talladega. I mean, to be fair, it used to be an intermediate track, so, I mean, the intermediate type track is still there for Atlanta because obviously the tire wear and that you still have to lift off a whole lot more than you would at Daytona or Talladega, probably no matter what car you're running. So I'm glad it's in there.
So for most cars like the truck, you will never have to lift off if you're the leader on the outside. And if you're the leader on the inside with new tires, you'll never have to lift off. Now, if you start getting tire wear and the car starts getting looser, then you probably have to start lifting off if you're on the inside. But the outside has so much room to play with because they're usually only 2 wide that they can just choose which lane to run, the middle or the very top up against the wall, and they can go flat out without really an issue.
As we saw, someone was making it 3 wide there for a second. It was that 25 machine, but now they seem to have double filed back out. Scott Merckx on the outside of Ben McMicking. So Scott's making his way back up there. And on top of that, Scott told me, for the most part, he's going to do a part-time schedule. Both Daytonas, the Dirt Showdown, and Talladega. So, and for those that are watching, the Dirt Showdown is at Wild West this year. So, that's going to be definitely something that has not really been done all that much.
And I'd like to take our focus off of maybe like what's to come and what's happening right now. It's the fact that the top 3 have started outside of the top 20. First place started 22nd, second place started 22nd, and third place, Danny, has started 26th.
That actually is a pretty good point. They have...
And to add on to that right now is that fourth place started 16th and fifth 18th.
Well, that's not that bad. They're making it work for sure.
And they've had incredible
23.
progress.
23 had a little bit of contact with that 27, going 3 wide middle. But we'll go on board here with the 23 just for a quick second, and you can kind of see what's going on out there. I do believe that is John Meeks on the outside lane, as
He's holding up against the wall like every lap car should, maybe touching it slightly, but overall holding a really steady line, exactly what a lap car is expected to do.
Yeah, I gotta feel bad for John Meeks here. He's a great plate racer. He just went 4 laps down. But, there's not a whole lot you can do in that situation when your sim crashes.
Well, the one thing he is waiting on is a caution.
Oh, and he almost got it!
Under a rulebook, if your sim crashes and you disconnect due to an issue very similar to that, you're able to get all your laps back except for 1. If a caution comes out, he'll be able to get 3 laps back and only be 1 lap down, only needing another caution after that to be on the lead lap again.
Yeah, so far he is the only driver a lap... Actually, no, he's not the only driver a lap down. The 41 is a lap down now.
And the 25. But the 41 is on pit road.
I am not sure what happened there. We'll wait for confirmation from you, Jordan. But they are going 3 wide into turn number 3. It's starting to get spicy, guys.
I honestly have no clue why the 41 pitted. He just pitted, took 4 tires.
Fuel?
Took almost looks like it was 30 seconds of damage and then left.
Maybe fuel?
Fuel doesn't take 30 seconds.
Well, it might have been damage.
But he's still going really slow and he's stopping below the yellow line.
Caution
and that
comes out.
causes a caution.
Sorry about that, boys. What did I miss here?
Well, that's going to bring out the first caution of the night.
Did really anything happen there, or what happened here?
The 41 stopped on the racing surface. As I am doing my best to currently try to get this working. Oh, there we go. Finally, we got the side-by-side working. You know, one thing I do want to do real quick. Oh, come on. There we go. OBS does not want to cooperate with me here tonight. But, you know, we got this one to give Kalix a chance to get back up to the pack. So, yeah. What would you guys think about maybe bringing someone in?
I mean, we could, but do we have the time to be able to bring them in now?
We technically do. The question should be, who do we want to bring in?
Well, I mean, pick whoever you think might be worth it for him. Could be Scott. Could be.
In the 63, I don't know if he's in the Discord, but would definitely have an interesting story working his way from 27th to 1st before the first half of the race is even over. Maybe even Danny.
Well, I don't see the 63 in here, but it looks like a majority of them are coming down pit lane. So, one person I do know who's in here is that number 3 machine.
Yeah, I would wait till after the pit stops.
Oh, now it's just going to be the race off pit lane.
Also, how much fuel they would take. They don't need to take tires. The fuel, they probably only need to take like half a tank. A lot of people look like taking fuel only, but there's some like Danny taking 4 tires.
Might be the strategy depending on who you asking.
Yeah, it looks like that 63
I think the strategy here is track position.
Yeah, it looks like the 63 got
tires.
the run off pit road. But, you know,
Well, I mean, that's why I said depending on who you asking, Jordan.
let's say, screw it. Let's pull good old Danny boy.
Danny's now in 6th place.
Hey, Danny, it's BHRN. You got a copy?
Hello.
Oh,
Muted?
yeah, we got you. It's been about 3 years since we've been here. So far, how is your night going?
You know, the heat race started off not so well, and then it put me down to 26th to start, but been making my way up. Was running around third or fourth that last run. So I'd say it's gone pretty well.
Now, we saw you get caught up in that first wreck, and then that guy literally blowing over right in front of you. How much has these trucks changed for these draft tracks?
Or I don't know if it's just the it feels a bit different to when, you know, obviously we last run the series. Like, it's a lot more, I feel like the draft is, yeah, super important, and you can't really do anything without, you know, at least a couple cars ahead of you. It's kind of tough making some moves around as well.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and let you go since you just got the one to go signal, and you know,
All right.
just so you know,
dragging me.
just so you know, we all have a little bit of a bet going on here. Jordan has Ben McMicking, Nathan has Scott, and I have you. So you better win this. No pressure.
All right. All right. You know, I'll try my best. I'll drive the wheels off it. You know, we'll see how it goes.
Drive it so hard that you turn right, alright?
Alright. Got it. I'm good.
Oh, we just cut him off.
You did cut him off. Dang.
Sorry, Danny. But you know, the 63 is out front with the 27 on his outside lane. And as Jordan said, that's going to put the 3 in 6th position. So, pace car lights are off. I'm kind of curious, wonder what is going to happen. Are we going to have our cautions really quick, or are we going to have a nice green flag run like we did?
Well, intensity's going to pick up here a bit. 25 to go whenever we take the green.
I think,
Halfway in the race is coming in 2.5 laps.
I think in reality, when it'll really start to pick up that intensity meter right around the 10 to go mark. You might start seeing more aggressive moves, and then, it's on from there.
Well, everyone can make it on fuel now. There should be no more pit stops or people getting damage. So, be a straight out duel to the end.
Hopefully so, and hopefully it's green all the way to the end. But pace car is off. The leader's inside that restart zone. Green flag comes out. We are underway with 25 laps to go at Daytona. That was a...
The outside just standing still.
Oh! Caution already.
Dang. Already, the 94 of Calix also involved.
Whoa, what happened here? The 13 just didn't go.
That reminds me of Talladega for the Cup Series, but I don't remember. What was it, 2016, I think? I don't remember, but it's the one with Kevin Harvick checking up the entire field.
It was Talladega. So I think
Yeah, it was Talladega, but I'm just... Oh, okay.
That was a really quick yellow.
I think that it will allow John to get back on the lead lap. Very timely for him.
Well, we'll find out when we get the 2 to go signal. Dang, those cars are... The entire pack is still on the front straightaway. We'll go back one more time and take a look at what happened. We'll just go on board with this 94 of Calix Spooner. Looks like he has pretty minor damage. My only thing is, how bad did the 23 get damaged? Yeah, it looks like the 13 just didn't go. And it caused a checkup, and the 23 was not expecting it, and that caused the chaos that happened behind.
Team checked up on the restart like Harvick.
Yeah, I guess maybe the 13 was in 4th gear still.
We got moments of that happening before.
Yeah. And probably the worst thing to happen is when someone money shifts it. That is probably one of the worst feelings that you could ever have. And I will confirm, John Meeks is officially back on the lead lap. As Jordan is taking care of some admin business.
As per usual.
We'll take a look here at... Oh, you know what? We'll bring... We'll bring John in here. Hey, John, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
How does it feel to be back on the lead lap?
It feels great. I still have to pit for gas, though.
Why didn't you pit?
Because I had penalties to make. I had to pass everybody 4 times.
Well, we know you're one heck of a plate driver. Going in to next week back at Daytona, how would you say you're feeling about that?
I feel pretty good about it. I think I can get myself at least a top 5.
So, overall, how has your racing been tonight besides starting in pit road both times?
It's been pretty fun. That last lap of the first race was the most fun I've ever had. Taking every run. The only run I had all race.
Okay, so now
And going from last to 4th.
Now, I gotta ask this one question. Do you prefer the Mustang?
No. Absolutely not.
I was
Well,
gonna
I'd
say
take
that's
the
a 2
Chevy.
different classes though. So
well, that is fair. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and let you go 1 to green, and try not to get yourself killed, man. Come on.
I can't make any promises.
All
I
right.
still got a faster pair.
Well, good luck, John.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's
I love to see it, boys.
yeah. So Jordan, what do you think happened there on that restart?
I've honestly not really had much time to look at the initial calls. I've been looking at a lot of the aftermath and a lot of the black flags that came from people avoiding it through pit road. But it almost looked like someone just missed a shift, had a slow start, and it was just a checkup, and people making contact on the rear bumper and just being sent around from it.
Well, you know that thing
And a lot of
happens
aftermath.
sometimes.
Oh,
But
I think it's time to say these hot dogs. Let's go green, shall we?
pace car's about to pull off once again.
I gotta say the hot dogs. Yeah, hold on. And we're about to go green. Wait for it. Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs! I just had to do it.
Much,
I
much-
just had to do it.
Much better start for that 63 as he pulls away with the lead. I'm wondering if he'll go to the outside lane. It does not look like he will just yet. But you know, so far 2 cautions for the main race. Everybody is kind of starting to calm it down a little bit. And I don't see Scott Mertz anywhere. He's all the way back in 14th, but you got Daniel Pretorius on the outside lane with some help. It looks like the nearest help is decently far back behind there. So, yeah. You know, Jordan, big question is, what line is the best line when it gets formed up, really? And he's on deafen. Okay.
He might be going to review some stuff. Just give him a minute.
That could be very well true. The 29 in 3rd position is just hanging out there on the inside lane. Slowly making his way up to 1st, I would probably say. Mike, yep. I was about to say, is he going to go to the outside lane as he does with his buddy back there, the 82, which I do believe they are in a team. Yes, they are. As they're kind of switching back and forth between the inside and outside. That's a very dangerous game if you don't know what you're doing. 20.
I mean, swerving in
3,
and out.
here we go!
Oh, yeah, there we go. We're going around. The big one happens at Daytona. Oh, my good Lord.
I think that just ended the 23's night. As we may have just had some retaliation. Yes, we are having retaliation.
Good Lord. What a race so
We're
far.
gonna-
Let's see what happens.
We're going to
here.
go on board with the 23 on his nose. Oh, it looks like he just ran him out of room. Oh!
Almost gets into the catch fence.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, the 56 just kept coming up, and that just ran the 23 out of room. You know, if that 56 saved it, he would have been perfectly fine. But then the 6 got into him, and it was on from there. Then Scott Merckx got involved. We're going to go on board with Scott. We're going to go on his cockpit to see what he saw. Looks like Scott might have been 3 wide middle a little bit there.
Let's see where Scott ends up out of this. I wonder if he survived any of this carnage here. Oh, and he does not. Oh my goodness.
Who is that?
Replay that. What was that? That was funny right there.
I think it was the 41.
Oh my god. Oh my good lord, dude. He was flying through that. Holy. Avoided all of that right there.
God dang. That was... I don't know what we're going to be doing about that 23, but that 23 was definitely out for blood on that 56.
A lot of things are happening.
I'm keeping my eye on this 23 right now because I think after this, the admins will be reviewing this to see what happened. But we got quite a few people coming in pit road. If I had to guess, the majority of them are going to take their fast repair. So I'm kind of curious to see. Man, I'm wondering if this 23 has any fast repairs left. I don't think he does. That answers that question. He does not have any fast repairs remaining. "17 laps to go. We're on our 3rd caution of the night." As we are trying to figure out what is going on with our penalty system right now.
Jordan is all over that crap right now, I'm assuming. So.
But we got the one to go signal. John Meeks did get a penalty for having to go through pit road to avoid a wreck. '23 returns to the racing surface. That 23 might still be competitive in the draft, but he would have to have cars in front of him most likely.
You better hurry up, though.
'23 does not go a lap down. the 63 will bring him back to green with 15 laps to go. The intensity meter is going to start picking up here. So I would
Can
not...
we go at least 10 laps without a caution happening?
You know, I think we might be able to. So far, these guys have been racing pretty clean. Yeah, the intensity meter is up there right now, but the whole thing with Daytona is just patience. You got to be patient. Pace car is off.
We're going green, boys.
Green flag comes
I'll
out.
play for the last time, though.
Say your prayers, boys. The 27 will jump to that inside lane with the 63.
Probably a smart move by him.
A very smart move. We're going to go over here to good old Scott Mertz for our side-by-side as soon as it will pick up. As Scott is further back in the pack right now. So far, it looks like they're starting to single file out a little bit. And you know, Nathan, so far these guys have been really good tonight, and I cannot wait to see what they do next week for the 200. Yeah, especially that. Like, I think tonight it really showed what some of these guys are capable of doing. So, you know, to me, that's just hard racing. So,
You go with that? Well, okay.
yeah, and you know, hard racing can be good racing sometimes. If it's done cleanly, of course. But you know, we're coming closer and closer to that 10 to go mark. You see,
10 to go, it's time to go.
well, we got Ben McMicken further back here. He's trying to make his way through the pack a little bit. It's been a while since we've seen two one-time champions in this league, Ben McMicken and Scott Mertz, but we also have another one-time champion that is not here, and that is Aaron Shacklet. We do miss Aaron Shacklet, and we do hope he will make his return.
Oh, what was funny? What's the fun
Looks like he might be backing out.
Or maybe you ran out of
As they're
air?
wrecking ahead, Ben McMicken is involved.
Ooh, we got a little bit of a crash here. What even happened there?
Whoa, what happened there?
It was a stack up.
Someone just got spun further back in the pack.
The outside line checked out. The 08 was in front of the Ben making the 96.
Oh, it was David Anderson that caused that back part little wreck, but we're going to go further up here in the front. It looks like maybe bumper hook?
It wasn't a bumper hook, it was just stack up and a really harsh push.
Well, it looks like for a majority it was mostly just a spin for most drivers. What do you think, Jordan? Was it just a spin?
For the most part, it was just a spin. A lot of people, there was some contact. It's not ideal, but I think most people would not use a fast repair on the contact that they've got.
Well, you know, we're probably gonna go green with 10 to go, if I had to say. Maybe 9. One thing I do think is we could definitely we're definitely gonna be looking back at some of this stuff, but for the most part, it's been relatively clean tonight, Jordan.
It has been relatively clean. A lot could be improved, a lot can be clarified on. Maybe with some of the penalties that have been given out, and maybe with how some how you should race at super speedways can be clarified. Maybe some people will learn from this and do a lot better next week.
Yeah, you know, this is this is mostly the first time these guys are running together. As 23 of Andrew Chapman went around, I think. Looks like he might have just dropped a gear and something happened. I don't know. But I do believe we do have the 2 to green signal this time. That'll allow John Meeks. That will allow John Meeks to catch back up to the pack. So, as my audio is bugging out. You know, Nathan, I think another big thing is right after Daytona, we're going to Nashville. So we're going from a 2.5 mile track to a 1.3 mile track, and it's concrete, low banked. I'm just wondering what's going to happen there at Nashville.
So you got Nashville right after Daytona, huh?
That we do. As Caleb Spooner
It's
is
gonna be a fun track.
in pit road, it looks like his race might be over.
Holy.
As the pace car is coming around. No, Caleb Spooner is getting off pit road. 33 is starting to move. I wonder if that 23 will start moving. As we get the 1 to green signal now.
Good Lord. Are we finally going to see the rest of the race go green? Or will we see even more caution because people are trying their absolute best to do whatever they can to win tonight's duel, as you would call it?
Yeah, you know, I think for the most part, a lot of these guys understand you can't win this thing on the first lap, for sure. So it's going to allow Caleb Spooner, the 33 and 23, to catch back up to the pack as they are now. Well, Caleb is entering turn 1, and those 2 other cars just cross the start-finish line. But we're going to see what these guys can do. We see Daniel Pretorius in row 4 on the restart. But then you have, I do believe these are all teammates up front. That'll be, no, that looks like a little bit of them, or a few of them are teammates that are up front.
All right, boys, who's going to win tonight's race? I don't know if your driver's pick has changed, but
I'm sticking with Daniel. That's my pick.
you're still sticking with Danny?
Yeah.
Where's Danny at right now? Ah,
Row 4.
He's fourth on the inside row. Okay. I got Scott still. He's seventh in the eighth. Yeah, seventh
Well,
row right now.
pace
so
car's
we'll see.
off. Let's see what these guys can do.
Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs.
Green flag is back out. 10 laps to go. The intensity meter is probably a little closer to that peak as they are wrecking for their
and we're
back,
already
and caution is
wrecking.
out again.
Good Lord, we can't even. Y'all have got to be kidding me.
I'm just wondering what happened there. Did he miss a shift? He missed a shift. I understand people want to win this thing, but calm down, boys. Or, you know, we'll just go on board with him to see if that's actually what happened. He fell into line with Scott.
Oh, Scott checked up.
Oh, that's what happened. Well, Jordan, I guess this is the second leg of the race.
Yeah, and a lot of these wrecks it just seems to be like, I mean, it seems to be happening like in front of them. There always seems to be someone checking up too much. Like this is the second incident that's happened on a restart where the person, well, like maybe 3 to 5 cars in front, just checks up. Maybe the first time, I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe he missed ship this time. It just seemed like Danny checked up to not be like being the person who's pushing the pusher. And he checked up so much that it caused a chain reaction that went about 4 cars behind him. And just one person didn't react enough, or no, one person really had to react to it, really slowed down, and the person behind him didn't have enough time to react and just ran into the back of him.
Yeah, you know, it's part of the chain reaction. It happens, and there's not really a whole lot you can do on that. Like, of course, it's Daytona. Anything could happen, but once again, you can't really judge a plate track by how the entire season will go. Because at Nashville, it could be a heck of a lot cleaner. Same with Iowa, Kansas, or whatever.
Well, the only one issue with that is that Daytona's next week, so they have to do this all over again. Maybe this race, a lot of these people will learn what not to do, and will show that they can race and put on a really clean race that will see green flag pit stops next week.
Yeah, you know, the first half of this race was actually pretty dang good and clean. So it could just be a second half of the race. People are trying to get up there and make risky moves. And once again, all these guys have probably never raced with each other, so they don't know how they drive on these plate tracks. So, but once again,
Oh boy, this is just turning into a caution fest. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I wouldn't go that far just yet. Because I think we're on our, like, I don't know, we're on our 5th caution, so.
I think we're close to 6.
But,
I mean, that's about the minimum you want to be at for 45 laps. I feel it's.
But on top of
45, a good race would be 2 to 3.
So it's.
we're a little
It's
over.
getting there. It's getting there.
But you know, I think, in my personal opinion, these guys are doing great for racing with each other for the first time. And you know, as you said, Jordan, they might use this as a lesson to go into next week and really race with each other.
Hey, at least they'll get some learning experience for next time. Huh?
But you know,
Yeah.
another thing is, we got only 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Those 3 attempts are used. That's race. Race is over.
I see. Love it. No infinity amount of overtime cautions. That's good.
And then once again, if they come back to that white flag, it's game on. We'll be hitting 1 to green this time by, almost said 2 to green. That's going to put the 82 on the outside of that 29. Now, Jordan, if you were out here right now, where would you want to be in this pack?
I would probably say like second row on the outside would be my preferred location. So exactly where the 87 is. And it's kind of what I mentioned on earlier. You have the flexibility to go into the stay where you are in the middle and potentially push the person in front of you to be clear on the inside, or push the person in front of you so far out that you can jump to the inside and ditch him. But you can also move to the third lane. If the third lane's starting to form, you can see that in your mirror and jump up there early, be the leader, and get a really good run and win the race 3 wide on the outside.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna be coming to green with 5 laps to go. I'm hoping they keep it clean for those 5 laps and not let everything break loose in those 5 laps. But I think we're gonna start seeing them get a little more aggressive than they have been up here in the front.
Well, I think as long as these people can find out what they were doing correct in the first 20 laps, apply it to these last 5 laps, I think it could be really nice. Of course, it's going to be more aggressive, but they have the ability, and they have shown that they have the ability to go laps without wrecking.
And you know, once again, there's always that twist for this series. When you got like $5 on the line or something.
Next time I should probably just be like,
Pace car's off.
alright. We'll get some money into this. so
Green
you guys
flag
will be
comes
actually
out.
racing for some.
That 29 has a lot of help from that 63 on the inside lane. Help is yet to come on that outside lane for that 82. But here comes that 87 going in turn 1.
A lot cleaner restart this time. There's no one checking up, causing massive checkups through the field.
That is for sure. As the 63 jumps to the outside lane with that 52 machine. But here comes that 3 on the inside lane.
Oh, here comes your driver. He's coming.
Oh, that 63 is starting to make his car wide.
He's all over the track now. He's ready. He's ready.
3 wide for the back end pack.
3 wide. Oh, good lord.
Whoa.
Saved it, boys. Saved it. They're 3 wide, and look at that. Oh my god, here we go.
Almost.
This is getting a little bit more intense here.
Easy, boys.
Oh, we got a 3-car breakaway. Look at that.
I am getting a little worried about that middle pack as they are wrecking behind. Caution comes out.
Oh my god, holy crap. Alright, oh my goodness. No, Scott! He got caught up in it. That's not good.
Well, we're going to see what happened here. Go on board with the 75 as he was put 3 wide on the outside. Oh, it looks like Scott got turned. Oh!
Oh my goodness, what in the world happened there? Did he go underneath somebody?
I think he did. I'm just kind of curious.
Oh,
It was net code, I think. And then...
Oh, the 23 again gets caught up in another wreck. Oh my goodness, there goes that truck. He's gone.
And then it was just on from there with everybody else up front getting caught up in, well, all the other wrecks. I'm just wondering, how is that going to shape out the rest of the night? Because I think a good majority of those guys do not have a fast repair left.
Oh man, it's starting to get a lot more intense, that's for sure. Holy.
Yeah,
They were already 3 wide.
Still got quite a few people in pit road. I want to go to... Who's all on pit road? Well, the 23, I think, has retired. Scott Mertz
23 was up there all night.
is still in pit road. The 041 was involved. So I'm just wondering what happened to him. as it was just chaos. 2 to green this time. Scott Merce will go a lap down on this. We will have a green-white checkered, I do believe. Or it might be a one-lap shootout, which we have not seen one of those in a while. So we'll find out this time. I think we do have a green-white checkered, if I am correct. Scott Mertz, I do believe, is out of the race. He is not in the car, so he might be done tonight. And I do believe the 41 has retired as well. So far, all the cars that have retired, 41, 27, 25, 23, maybe the 24, the 6, and the 14 have all retired. As we do have a green-white checker. This is attempt number 1 of 3. We'll see if they can make it back around to the white flag. If they do, it is race on from there. There are still a total of 23 cars out on the track. Sorry, 25 that are still, well, around. So we're going to get ready for one heck of a finish, I do believe. The people out front are all teammates except for one. The teammates that are up front is the 63, 29, the 82. I do believe that's the 82 on the outside lane. Yes, it is. And the 52. The only drivers that are not on their team is the 3 and the 28. Or the 66, to be more exact for this broadcast. Pace car will be pulling in this time by. Green, white, checkered attempt number 1. Pace car's off.
Alrighty, boys. Let's get this over with. Come on, y'all. Start driving a little cleaner. I get it. We want to be in the front, but let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs.
Well, it looks like Danny...
That was a little bit more enthusiastic, but let's go.
Danny didn't get a great restart on that. Everybody's starting to shuffle for position a little bit. You can see Danny...
Yeah, I was going to say, Danny did not get a good restart there, but hey, he's still holding on to it.
It happens. Danny's now getting up to that bumper. He's holding
on to it.
As we can see, Danny is there. As the outside lane is
pushing the 60 Curry.
The outside lane is shoving really hard.
They are shoving really hard. Holy crap, y'all. Good lord.
White flag about to be displayed here at Daytona. They're coming out of 4 for one final time.
Come on, make it around.
77 makes it 3 wide middle. He has help on that middle lane. White flag is out. 1 to go here at Daytona. Race is official no matter what happens.
Come on. Come on, bring it. Come on.
Well,
Come on, Danny, do something, man. You got this, bruh.
I'm just wondering what's going to happen because they still got about a mile to go here at Daytona. And the inside lane has to run. Danny's looking to the inside a little bit. Not going to make it work. Okay, come on, Ben.
Okay, it looks like the 3 trucks have gotten it up there in front right now. I think it's just the 3 teammates versus the entire world at this point.
Oh, the 82's looking to the outside lane. They're wrecking behind. They're almost flipping behind.
They're wrecking.
There they go.
They're wrecking.
Here comes the 82 got it. Number 82
Good lord.
wins the
what
race.
A race.
We're going to go look back at the replay, and then we're going to take a short commercial break before we interview your top 3, starting with the 52, then going to the 3, and then the 82. So coming back to the line, we're going to go over here to, I think that was the 87, which then you can see the 90 gets up in the air once again, but then it's just game on from there. So, well,
Good lord.
I'm gonna go on.
What a race.
I'm gonna go on board here with the 98. Oh,
Oh. Arca brakes much?
apparently. But that is your race winner right there, the number 82 machine of, gosh dang it, I need to get a better tracking system, of Anthony Lane in that number 82 machine. You know, that 82 definitely had a lot of speed tonight. And, you know, he kind of was at the back a little bit. So,
I mean, to be fair, all his teammates were there to help him, and so he was able to get it done by
Yeah.
staying out in front.
for sure. And, you know, that's the whole thing with Daytona. You gotta play your moves right. So, we'll be right back with your top 3 interview. And, yeah. Yeah, we're off there.
Yeah. Oh, just patience, I guess. Beginning of the race, Chapman, Andrew, and I hooked up and ran a lot together. Was able to stay up front. Then we got shuffled back, running probably 12th. We pitted. Somehow or another had a slow stop there and come out. Lost a couple positions, but Team SFR, we tried to work together a lot tonight, as you've seen there on that last restart. We started 1, 2, 3 on the high line, and really thought we had something for them. But Alan got turned, so that kind of split everything up there towards the end. I was just pushing the teammate Anthony Lane right on up
So
to the win there. So
I mean, a win's a win. So
yeah, man, it was a good
especially
finish, good run.
Especially when the race gets this chaotic and stuff.
Yeah, we didn't need those restarts there at the tail end. We had a good 3/4 of a race there, and then like they say, cautions breed cautions, and we had quite a few cautions there towards the end, which made it bad for a lot of guys. But yeah, happy with a P3. We was looking at the replay, and he had me by about 2 foot out of second place there. Daniel did. Yeah, a lot of fun tonight. Enjoyed the heat races, and Team SFR come home pretty dominant, I think, tonight, and happy for the team in general, especially Anthony. He's our league owner, and we put a lot of time into this sim, and it's nice to see it pay off.
So, going into Daytona next week for the 200-mile race for 80 laps, how do you think that's going to shape out for you guys in SFR?
Honestly, I'm not sure that I can run full time over here. I work second shift, and just so happens we had a meeting today, and I had to work first, so I was able to. But I'm sure my teammates, Anthony Lane, Josh Highball, Mike Allen, all my teammates will sure be there every week, and when I can, I'll jump in. Be glad to run with them.
All right. Well, before we let go here tonight, is there any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank?
Teammates, SFR Racing, we've got a good team together here. P&D Graphics does our custom paints. Anthony Lane, our league owner, or team owner, I guess I should say. Like I said, we got a couple things going. If anybody's interested, check us out on Facebook, Silver Fox Racing, and give us a shot. We run late models on Tuesday nights. Run some races with SRA on Saturday nights, and turn down for one on Sundays. So,
All right.
Get a chance, check us out. And once again, glad for Anthony. He worked hard for that one. It was a good run. Good run.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out here tonight, and hopefully we see you back in the few races, and hopefully we see you back out here next week.
Yeah, you did a great job with the broadcast. Appreciate you as well.
Thank you. All right, that is the number 52 of Dale Rapp. Now we're going to go on with the number 3 of Daniel Pretorius. Joining me here tonight, finishing in the second position, we have the number 3 machine of Daniel Pretorius, all the way from Australia.
Yep, that's right.
So, obviously tonight was extremely chaotic and stuff like that, but overall, how would you say your night run was?
Honestly, it felt like a pretty good run. I was running up the front for most of the race, sort of just like not dipping below like 8th after I got back up there.
Yeah.
No, it felt pretty good. Just running up front.
And now, you mentioned something to me before everything started. How cool is it to see some of the old league guys come back for this season?
No, it was quite cool. I had Nick in my mirror and I was like, damn, this really feels like 2021. We're back when we were racing.
So, going into next week for the 200, how do you think that's all going to shape out for you going into the first points race of the season?
You know, if this is anything to go by, I think it'll go at least half decently. Hopefully top 10 at least.
Well, I mean, to be fair, a longer race next week. There's no heat races. You don't have to race your way in and stuff like that. So,
That is true. It is Daytona though. That's something you gotta watch out for.
well, yeah.
Anything can happen.
But you know, stuff happens at Daytona just like Talladega. There's not much you can do to prevent that.
Yeah, of course.
So, I guess before we let you go here tonight, is there any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank?
You know, I'd like to thank my dear friend Russell for inviting me back into this league and let me race again.
No problem.
Alright.
Well, we wish you luck going into Daytona again next week for the 80 lap race. And hopefully you'll get in our top 3 and keep the top 3 streak alive.
Hopefully. You know, I like 3. 3's a pretty good number.
Alright, well, we'll see you next week, man.
Alright. Thank you. See ya.
Now it's time to go on to our race winner. There's a message me. Finishing first here tonight, we have the 82 of Anthony Lane. Anthony, you came home, and first we saw you up front in the heat and in the main race, taking home that $5. But you also know there's that catch onto it, if I am correct. Hello?
I don't know.
Oh.
What's the catch?
For it to be paid out, you got to run 5 races, man.
Oh, I'll run 5 races.
So, after tonight, how are you feeling?
I feel good.
Now,
I feel real good.
your teammate, Dale, he said a lot of good things about FSR. What would you have to say about it?
It's my teammates, man. Just a group of old gray-haired guys who likes to run the sim, you know.
Well, we saw you guys lined up pretty dang well going into that final restart, though.
Yeah, we've been practicing our speedway program. It's come a long ways, so we look good tonight. Team looked good. We had some other teammates toward the back. They didn't have us. They kept getting caught up in the
Wrecks.
melee, as they would say. So,
Yeah.
all in all, good night.
So, going into next week back here at Daytona for the 200-mile race, how do you think that's going to turn out for you guys in SFR, or mainly you as a driver?
I expect to be back in victory lane, nothing less, right? Like, either myself or one of my teammates. So that's what we're not here to run second. We're here to run first. So
Well, I mean, I would say probably first through six, since you got 6 teammates.
right, but
Well,
yeah.
you guys did a great action tonight. But other than that, like other than that, he said you've been running this team for I don't know how long.
4 or 5 years. So yeah, 4 or 5 years. We run our own leagues. We run in some other leagues too.
Yeah.
Glad to be a part of Bonehead Racing. This is my first race with you guys, so good way to start the adventure.
Well, of course. But you know, it was a chaotic night. Hopefully, it doesn't carry over into next week at Daytona. But other than that, is there any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank here tonight at Daytona?
I sure would. Thank my teammates, Dale Rapp, Mike Allen, Josh Highball, Dean Alert, and shout out to Scott and Thomas running with us, and Kenzie's Automotive Service, and Jones P&D Graphics and Design. And all your listeners out there want to check us out, we're on Facebook, TikTok, SFR Racing. Look us up. We do some fun stuff. We do some payout races and hang out with a bunch of cool people, man.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out here tonight. We'll see you next week back at Daytona, and hopefully you'll be back in victory lane.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
All right, that's going to do it here tonight at the Bonehead Racing Rookie Series. But we are not done just yet. Next weekend, we are back here at Daytona for 80 laps here at the Rookie Series. But on top of that, the Bonehead Racing Dirt Tour kicks off at Volusia once again for 50 laps. And we're going to see if our top winner of that league will be able to go 4 in a row. So once again, if you did enjoy coming out here tonight, don't feel afraid to let us know. But also hit that subscribe button. But if you are also interested in this league, we are running Friday nights primarily for our 2 main series. We run Wednesday nights for our Dirt Tour. Other than that, thank you for coming out here tonight, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast, and we'll see you next week at Daytona